Sharendra sir,
So,
would you like to give a brief about Mr. Manish or not required? What is
No,
your
no,
opinion?
please give a brief. I think Adityan will run this program.
yes,
Adityan will
sir.
do.
Yes, sir. So,
Yeah,
first of
Mr.
all,
Aditya, you can give a brief, no?
sure, sir, sure. So, first of all, very
Yeah.
good morning to all, and I welcome all the participants and also Mr. Manish Khandelwal, who is the speaker for the session today. So, this is a series of Srijan Samvad that we are starting from today from Srijan Sanchar. This is an organization for promoting innovation and entrepreneurship. So today, Mr. Manish Khandelwal will be speaking in the areas of quality management system. Sir has a vast experience in the area of quality management, has worked with in tools like Lean Six Sigma, 5S implementation of process quality controls, has an experience in industry and automobile sector, in also different industries. So we welcome Mr. Manish Khandelwal. Sir, kindly share your session today with the participants. Thank you.
Thanks, Aditendra. Good morning, everybody. As Aditendra has already spoken about myself, I specifically thank Dr. Rao also to have found out time. Dr. Rao, he's famous, of course, in the field of production, quality, supply chain management, customer focus, and everything which is coming to the quality management systems. So let's have some session on QMS, quality management system. First of all, the history. The quality concept came centuries back, maybe sometimes in 1300 or 1400, when of course the need was felt that the quality of the product has to be ensured when we are doing a mass production. The mass production was being done by the unskilled employees, the apprentices and all, and which was being verified by skilled employees. So it was time taking. And but the concept has come that yeah, we need to control the quality. In 1900, the in Japan, Dr. Deming, of course, who is also recognized as the father of quality management system, he first applied the statistical theory on the product to verify the quality control or to control the quality of the product. And frankly speaking, Japan was not known for its quality till 1950 or so. And everybody was, of course, looking at Western countries only for the quality product. Then Japan took the services of Mr. Damon and Mr. Juran, and they realized that what a focus on the quality management system do. And we can see today Japan is the world leader in technology. Even today, Daming and Malcolm Bridge, they are the top 2 awards in the world on quality management. Now, let's understand what QMS is. QMS is 3 words, quality management system. So first is quality. For years together, the definition of the quality was degree to which the product complies with the customer expectations. The customer is expecting something and he is getting that. Customer is satisfied. Customer satisfaction is good. And we say the quality of the product is good. And that's it. But slowly, the definition changed. Now, it is not meeting the customer expectations. It is basically exceeding the customer expectations. For example, I am going to buy a TV set. I go to the market. I enter in one shop, then bought one TV. That TV, I understand, is costing about, say, 10,000 rupees. The shopkeeper asked me, 10,000 rupees, I'm fine. I took the TV. And when I'm using that TV in my house, I'm finding the picture quality is good, the sound quality is good. And I say, okay, yeah, it is meeting my expectation. And I always say, yeah, quality of the product is good. But when I'm purchasing a TV, the person says, sir, along with the TV, we give you a gift voucher of say 2,000 rupees. We give you free movie ticket. So this is what I was not expecting. This give me definitely delightfulness. And same time, I am receiving a call from the company that when should we send our engineer to your residence to install the TV. That was also not expected. So when the expectations, when I'm getting something exceeding my expectations, then we say, yes, I'm delighted. I'm delighted with the quality I have been offered. So this is what the quality means today. Second is management. Management is nothing but the coordinated activities to direct and control. Mind it, it's both. It's not only direct, it is direct and control. I am asking someone to do this. Fine, this is the direction. But controlling, that means I need to ensure that it is done the way I have instructed him. Then the system, third one, the system. This is a set of interrelated and interacting processes. We'll later touch this interrelated and interacting processes. So these three things put together are making quality management system. So in nutshell, we can say if with the interrelated and interacting processes, we are producing a product as per the direction given by the management. We are producing a quality product which is exceeding a product which is exceeding the expectation of the customer. Then it is QMS, a quality management system. The quality management system, it comprises of policies, processes, resources, and functions for continual improvement to achieve product and service meeting and exceeding the customer expectations. This every time we'll say meeting and exceeding the customer expectations. Let's now work in the direction that we exceed the expectations from the customers. Now, we have heard about these terminologies: ISO 9001, ISO 14001, ISO 45001. So the quality management system which we have in our company, if that is meeting the requirement laid down by the International Organization for Standardization, ISO, if my QMS is meeting the specific requirements of this, then my quality management system is complying with ISO 9000 requirement. That means if my system, quality management system, is such that it complies with all the requirements from the customer, then I am eligible to get ISO certificate. ISO, they have the authorized auditors who come to the factory and they verify if everything has been done as per the specific requirements of that certifying agency. If it is touching environment, then it is ISO 14001. If the requirements are of health and safety, then it is 45001. Previously, it used to be known as OSHA's 18001. Now we study what are the elements of QMS. So one element, of course, is the quality manual, which is comprising of quality policy, which is comprising of quality objectives, which has a reference of procedures, and which specifies what the exclusions are. So in the quality manual, when we say quality policy is a top level document. The quality policy should have the quality manual should have, first, of course, is the quality policy. What does the management wants? So this is the we can say the definition of the quality policy. We can say quality policy are basically management commitment to meet customers' requirement following all the statutory and legal requirements. We are not specifying anything here. We say we aim to, or we are committed to this. We shall continually improve. We shall continually do it. So in the quality policy, we do not specify things. We are giving rather our commitment on the quality of the product we are producing. This is what the quality policy is. This is specific to quality. And this forms the important part of our quality manual. So when we say the element in the quality manual, one, of course, is the quality policy, which is formed by the management, top management. Then we have the quality objectives. These quality objectives these have to be specific, these have to be measurable, these have to be realistic, and these have to be time bound. So here we say quality policy, we shall continually improve. But in quality objective, we say how much and what. Say, for example, we say the customer complaints in 2018 or 2019 or 2020 previous year were, for example, these customer complaints were in the whole year, these were 100, for example. So in the objective, we say every year we shall be reducing the customer complaints by 20% minimum. So it has become very specific. It has become measurable also, whether these have become 80 or less. Then it should be realistic also. We cannot say that from 100 will come to 0. Then this is no meaning. It's not seriously we have made the quality objectives. And it has to be time bound. We have said that in the next year. We can always say in 1 year, say 6 months or 1 month, how many we will do. So the quality objectives, we need to say it has to go along with the quality policy, but the objectives have to be specific, measurable, realistic, and time bound. Please do not take it as a very, very difficult thing. These are very, very simple things. Just understand it. Quality manual, we have understood that quality policy is there, which is written by the top management. Then we have the objectives. After that, we have reference of the procedures which the company is having, different procedures company having. So it gives the reference also. And lastly, it gives you the exclusion also. Exclusion means that this process will not be covered. I am going for quality management, but this particular area or this particular process or this particular section will not be covered. Maybe it is not required, or maybe we are not ready for it. So we can always say we have, for example, 6 or 7 sections in our factory. We can always say that one section is excluded. We will not will not implement quality management system in this particular section. You can always do that. So that is one. Second is the process flow chart. Process flow chart is nothing but a sequential representation of various activities to complete the process under scope. One process we are starting, this is ending, another process starting, ending, third process starting, ending, fourth process starting, ending, and maybe finally it is ending. So sometimes we can write it also. We'll do activity A first, then we'll do B, then we'll do C, then we'll do D. We can write it also, but we can make it in the form of a flow chart, which is easy to understand. We will just take one example here. And the symbols which we use in the process flow chart, these are the standard symbols. We cannot change. For start and end of the activity, we use this symbol. Color can be different, of course. The decision box, whether this once we are doing this activity, there can be one, two or more outcomes. So in that, of course, we put this symbol. When we have to put the input or output data, we have to use parallelogram. For normal activities, of course,
Manish
this is
sir,
the
I would like
most.
to pause you here.
Please,
Let us go back to the back side once again.
this one,
Yeah.
or
No,
this one,
no,
or
not
this one,
this one. No, no. The
this one.
one ahead. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
In quality
yeah,
policy, you are telling that it is driven from the top management.
yeah.
So how top management is exactly going to drive the thing? That can you please explain that?
We'll come to it. We'll come to it when we are discussing the workforce
Yeah.
focus. Then we'll come to it. No? We'll come to it.
Okay. Okay. Oh, fine.
Yeah. So then, of course, the activity of it is the rectangular box we give.
Mhm.
For the documents, if we are referring, then this shape comes.
Welcome,
And
Mr. Rajan.
welcome, Rajan. And then for delay, this is the symbol. This is the only. These are not the only 6 symbols. There are maybe more than 100 symbols, but these are maybe one of the most frequently used symbols, we can say. Now, just take one example. Just one example.
Yeah.
We are going to hold a virtual meeting. Now, somebody says, make a process flow for virtual meeting. What we do? We first put this start. After that, what we do? We schedule a meeting. Now, how we will schedule a meeting? This will not come in process flow. What we will do, we'll make a work instruction, separate work instruction. We'll write work instruction number here. We'll attach it here. And later on, we'll write the work instruction. In process flow, we'll just say schedule a meeting. This is a work which we need to do. Then we are putting a reminder that 10 minutes before there is going to be a reminder that the meeting is going to be there on this subject. Now, are we ready for the meeting? If yes, hold the meeting, finish. And if not, then what I need to do? I need to inform all the participants that because of this reason, I am postponing the meeting by 30 minutes. So I inform everybody, then I delay it by 30 minutes. I again schedule it. So this has become a closed loop. Once I am ready, then I will be holding the meeting and it will end. Till such time the meeting is not ending, I will be following it up this. Now, why we are doing it? One can say, yeah, we know how to do a meeting. Why we need all this document? Why we need this process flow? Fine, it's okay. But there can be some time where I am not ready and I am not informing, because that is not my standard. I don't have any standard for it. Now here, of course, I have a standard. I need to follow this standard. So whenever I am not ready, I am informing everybody, postponing it, again scheduling it, and holding the meeting. What is the disadvantage if I'm not having it? Sometimes I say, yeah, I'm not ready. Okay, I will just send the message sometimes later. I'm not following this, and I'm forgetting it. The persons who have to attend this meeting, they have come. They are switching on the computer and they are not finding anybody. It is inconvenience to people. It is wastage of time for no use of anyone. Similarly, in our process also, we need to have a standard flow for making one particular product. If we are deviating from that from time to time, the quality of that product is going to deviate, which no customer would like to accept. Customer would like to have a consistent quality all the time. The consistent quality can come only when we have a standard procedure to make that product. And to have the standard procedure, we need to have the process flow, standard process flow, which is not only for that unit, for the multi-locational units, it can be given to all the units, and all the unit will follow the same pattern. And I said the work instruction, we'll write a separate work instruction that, okay, we are switching on the laptop, we are opening up the Google Meet, then of course we are adding the new meeting, then of course video conference, title, this, that. And most of the time we have to uh, we have to add the photographs also here for better understanding. So this is what the documentation part is. There is no rocket science in ISO documentation or QMS documentation. This is what we are doing. We are in a standard form, we are putting it up on the paper. Last is the record sheet. Whatever we are doing, we need to record for the improvements. For example, I am making one product where I'm making one product where I have to press one rivet, and that rivet diameter, I know this much it should be. During the process, of course, my standard says that I need to check the rivet diameter after every 100 pieces or after every 30 minutes, 50 minutes, whatever. That is my standard. What I will do, I will be having one record sheet. Rivet diameter, specification is this, actual is whatever is coming, I am recording it. After 1 month, I am just taking that record sheet. I am checking it. What were the readings of the rivet diameters? If everything is falling between the within the specifications, within the tolerances, perfectly okay. My process is okay. But if it is not, then what are the reasons where it would have gone wrong? It gives us the direction to improve upon. If we are not having these record sheet and we let our process go as it is, we do not know what will happen. Things will start deteriorating and it will reach to the customer. One day will come when, of course, we are going to, our lot is going to be returned from the market. So we need to be very, very alert. What we are doing, it has to meet the specifications always. We need to have a record sheet, collect the data, analyze the data in a frequent manner, and do the improvement wherever possible. So this is basically when we say the documentation or the elements of the QMS, these are the elements of the QMS. If we are concentrating or we are making our documents based on this, then we are complying the requirements from ISO. There of course, when we go to the quality manual or the standards, there are going to be big requirements from ISO. Those have to be complied, but the structure is going to be like this. Then we come to the principles of QMS. One is finished. We can say the documentation part, which say element of QMS, that is over. Now we come to the, yes.
Manish sir, can I hold you
Yeah.
for a moment? Let the people ask any questions if they have, as far as quality management system, documentation and other things are concerned. Should we do that, or
should we have it later, or what do you suggest? Okay, anyone, since we have broken, so people are welcome to
we
ask
have
questions.
we have sufficient time, sir. Another half an hour is there, so let us ask the questions.
Fine. So people are welcome to ask the questions.
Yes, Mr. Ayush Sharma, please raise your question if you have something. Mr. Ayush Sharma, you have to unmute yourself and then you have to ask a question.
No, sir, I have no question yet.
Fine. So
Okay.
anyone who is having the question, they may
I-
message it to Mr. Atitendra, or they may type a message here.
You can share on chat box, sir. We will ask.
Yeah, then
as well.
we shall take it up at the end.
So far, so good. Everything is going well. There is no problem. But then,
Yeah, of course,
yeah.
of course. Yeah, surely. If it is
Yeah,
interactive, it is better, surely.
yeah, let's Mr. Pawan Desai, or what is that? Mr. Pawan, please ask your question if you have something, because I can see something blank face there. Yeah, Mr. Pawan. Yeah,
Rao,
Mr. Pawan.
Rao,
Yes, sir.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think let's do the same way what Mr. Atitendra has suggested. No? Let
Okay,
them
fine.
let them post their query, and we shall address that.
Okay. Yeah, please go ahead. Go ahead then.
Yeah, so we are now on the principles of QMS. Now, there are 7 principles of quality management services: customer focus, leadership, people engagement, process approach, improvements, evidence based decision making, relationship management. Now, few things are very, very obvious. When we say evidence based decision making, we know that we have to have some evidence to make a call. Relationship management, we know. Improvements, we know all the time, which of course improvements are they are better known as kaizens now these days. The kaizen is a Japanese word. So let's focus the main 4 principles, that is customer focus, leadership, people engagement, and process approach. I hope remaining 3 also will come here only. So first of all, let's have the customer focus. Mind it one thing to everybody: voice of customer, these 3 letters should be imprinted in our mind. What is voice of customer? The voice of customer means what the customer wants to say to you. You need to listen your customer all the time, because once you are listening him, you are better prepared before some big problem comes. So the voice of customer, or what customer is saying, if you listen that, we get some actionable points. And of course, the mechanism can be different for business to business or business to customer, e-commerce or export. But we need to listen all our customers. Just a table for the comfort sake: pre-sales. If you say, if we are developing some product in the pre-sales stage, the listening method could be, we are having a joint meeting with the customer. Customer is telling us, okay, this is what is required, this is what can be done. Then the process audit. Then the customer is coming to us, he is doing our audit. When during the audit, customer is discussing with us and suggesting us something. Then after that, we are, for example, it is a new product, then we are giving them a new product. And then we need to understand from the customer how the product or the sample was. Is it complying with the requirements they have, or they have some comments to make with regard to the design, with regard to the material, with regard to the workmanship, anything. So we need to listen our customer from pre-sales stage itself. What should be the frequency? Decide mutually with the customer. Okay, when should we discuss about it? When should we have a joint meeting? Every 10 days, every 15 days, over phone call, over computer, or the physical meeting? And what are the actionable information? As I said, understand fully customer need on quality, cost, and delivery, QCD. What can be done to improve the quality? What can be done to reduce the cost? Can we reduce the usage of imported parts? Use some localized parts? Can we localize this part? Then how the delivery will be done? It should be safe also. It should be timely also. Then when we are finalizing the contract, then we have to listen from all the departments like production, accounts, PPC, marketing, logistics. So customer accounts will may say that, okay, we want the invoice bill this way. These are our requirements. PPC will say we want the material in, say, one day notice, or say sometimes maybe lesser, or sometimes maybe we'll give you the schedule. So PPC is also required. Marketing will also say we need some projection from you. Logistics will talk about the transportation. Again, frequency as we decide mutually. Then during the execution, when we are supplying it to the customer, we need to have the communication with the customer continuously through any platform we use, phone call or email. And we need to just ask them what is the performance, how are they liking it. It is not good to hide or not good to shy away from the customer कि customer कहीं ये ना बोल दे यार कैसे ये product ठीक नहीं चल रहा है. No, we need to check it up with them. They will always come out with great suggestions and we can improve upon. We need to pay visits to the customer also and just ask them if they are they are facing any issue. Then of course is the customer engagement. Customer engagement, when I say, that means the exchange of views between the supplier and the customer. What happens sometimes we are talking to the customer. Customer says, oh, some new product has come which is cheaper than yours. So we get a feeling from the customer. This is only because we are engaged with the customer. We are getting engaged with the customer. We get this feedback from them. And we ask our new product development department, Baba, some in market, this is the news. Some new product is coming of this type. Can you also develop it? So customer engagement is very, very important. And then the customer feedback. One feedback we always get is through the customer complaints. So customer complaints, I'll say, should always be welcomed, should always be analyzed properly. So one is customer complaint. Second is the direct contacting the customer, as I said before also, that we need to get in touch with them all the time, engaging the customer and getting their feedback. Many times we see that in the banks or in the airlines, they are giving us some questionnaire. In Amazon, of course, is very, very common. They gave us the questionnaire and they ask how you are liking it. So we can also circulate the questionnaire in a predetermined fashion and frequency and ask question from the customers as to what they are liking, what they are not, where we have the room for the improvements.
Is it, Manish sir, is it like something like a survey of customers? Would you like to say the survey?
This survey is slightly different, Rao. This is a
Okay.
questionnaire.
Right.
The survey is going to be completely different. This is a questionnaire in a predetermined family. Okay, fine. Every time the customer is buying something, we are going to send him this questionnaire. For example,
Okay.
we are going to the say sometimes in the service station, car service station we go. So when we are
Right.
paying the final bill, they give us the questionnaire.
Correct.
How
Correct.
was the
Correct.
performance? Who attended you? How was his behavior? All these things.
Yeah.
This is the questionnaire. The survey is, of course, on a we are just going on a sampling basis. For example, we are going and we are doing the survey in the market. We are standing and we are taking the feedback from them.
Okay. Okay.
Second, of course, third
Yeah.
is the
Please go ahead.
engaging the external agency. This people have been doing now of late. Of course, people are engaging these external agencies. What they do, they are also surveying the market. As a neutral person, they ask about your product from the customers, from your dealers, distributors. They also take feedback of your competitors and give it to them. So this gives you a lot of area where you can improve upon. And as I said before, analyzing the customer complaints is very, very important. And final, of course, data of customer satisfaction. So customer satisfaction index, normally the companies have the customer satisfaction index, how many, which is of course related with the customer complaints also. So more complaints, less is the customer satisfaction index. And the quality, the price, as it is mentioned here, quality, price, efficiency, service, reliability, loyalty. So each one of these having some weightage. So any issue here will of course will affect the satisfaction level. So we need to have the data also as to,
Manish sir,
yeah.
please try to listen to me, and then let us hold here, and then there are calls from several people saying that we have to have an interaction. Huh? So the interaction should be in such a way that the questions will be posted, and then we have to answer that questions. Right? You understand, no?
No, that's okay. So interaction
Uh,
is what interaction?
this interaction would be they will be posting the questions, and then we have to the posting the questions in the sense that they will not be posting exactly on the chat box, but they will be asking the questions. Huh? So these questions have to be in such a manner that whatever the quality management system is there, they will be asking on that lines, and then we have to try to answer.
Very
Right?
great, Rao. Very great. Actually, this is good participation from everybody. But
Yeah.
I will surely suggest that
Yeah.
it is 12:10 now. Let us move up to
Yes.
12:20. I would like to finish it by 12:20. Let's have 10 minutes or more for the question answer. That will be better. So let's finish it off, and then of course we'll have the question answer session.
We take instead of 12:20, can we do it by 12:15? Is it okay for you?
Let me just try it out. Let me just move now.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
customer focus, of course,
Okay.
is up to here. Then, of course, is the leadership. This is important. Of course, many people may not be understanding the vision, mission, and values. VMV. Youngsters may not be understanding it, but please remember these three things: VMV, vision, mission, and values. Quality policy we have just discussed. So quality policy is focusing on the quality. So let's segregate it from the quality policy. Now, when we say vision, the vision is what an organization wants to achieve over a period of time. It is aspirational. For example, I have given one example of Amazon. Amazon said to be Earth's most customer-centric company where customer can find any and discover anything they might want to buy online. This is the vision. This is what Amazon aspire. This is what they want to do. You can you may be going to sometimes to hospitals and all. You may be seeing the vision statement of the hospital. So that is aspirational. Second is the mission. What the organization wants to achieve now. Amazon, again, we strive to offer our customers the lowest possible price, the best available selection, and the utmost convenience. This is what we want to achieve now. the lowest price, best available selection at utmost convenience. This is what we want to achieve. So, gentlemen, this is the difference between vision and mission. These are very important. And then values, of course, is the most of the time is the behavior declaration by the company to customers and the staff. The priority, what are the priorities? Integrity, humility, transparency, humbleness. These are the values. So leadership has to set the vision, mission, and value statement first. These vision, mission, and value statements are forming the direction of the company. These vision, mission, and vision statements, value, are always reviewed on a predetermined fashion, maybe once in 1 year, maybe early, as it decided by the leadership. They review whether this is okay, this is still holding good. And when they are making the plannings, when they are doing the strategic planning for the next season or for 2 years or 3 years, they are always taking that this should be addressed. What my vision is, I should be moving in that direction. What my mission is, my planning should be moving in that direction. What I want in my labor is these things, nothing I should plan which goes against it. So these statements are very important. Normally it looks only, just lines, but these three vision, mission, and values are very, very important for any organization. Now, how to deploy? One, of course, as we have written, is fine, but how to deploy it? So vision and mission, we can put in our website, we can put in our contract always, in purchase order, in our packing material, shop floor meeting. Like example, recently I was working with a company, everything starts with the vision statement. When the meeting is starting, everybody stands up and they first read the vision statement. And then, of course, the meeting is starting. So everybody is knowing what the company is aspiring for. This
Manish,
meeting also, the ultimate goal is this.
Manish,
Yeah.
can we discuss mission statement separately, because interactive session, because the more interaction, the more insight we will get. Yeah, Mr. Ayush Sharma, can you please explain what's your mission? Is it possible? Yeah, Mr. Ayush, you have to unmute yourself and then you have to speak. Yeah, Mr. Raghavendra. Yeah, Raghavendra, you can unmute yourself and then you can speak. Right? Raghavendra?
Manoj Krishna. He has raised his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he
please,
wants to ask anything.
Yeah,
Please go ahead.
please. No, more of interaction, more will be the questions, right, Manish?
Yeah, Rao, we
Yeah.
may be in a situation where the presentation is not fair. Anyway, yeah, Mr. Manoj, let's not waste time on this. Yeah, Mr. Manoj. You have to unmute yourself, Mr. Manoj. Please unmute. You are mute. Yeah.
Yeah. Sir, it is good if you complete the entire presentation and then we ask the question,
that's
because
what-
then we will have accumulated the thing. So I would request to completing, because definitely I have a question, but I don't want, because maybe the answer may come
I agree with
during
you.
the presentation.
I
Yeah.
agree with you.
Yeah.
Actually, Dr. Rao is just trying to make it more interactive.
Yeah.
So that's why he's
No,
saying.
sir. I understand that.
So
Right?
let
I
me,
can
I
ask you
answer
the
the
question right now, but I wish that if you complete and then I ask you the
sure,
question.
sure.
Thank
So
you, sir. Thank you.
let me just complete it.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So in the
Raghavendra,
values,
one second, Manish, sir. Just hold on. Na? Raghavendra, you have any questions?
Rahul,
It's okay. We go ahead.
Okay, go ahead,
Yeah,
go ahead,
go ahead.
go ahead,
go ahead.
go ahead. Let's complete
Okay.
in 2020. Let us complete, sir. Okay. Fine.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let us
okay,
complete.
sir. Thank
Okay,
you.
fine.
Okay.
So then, of course, the values, workforce, suppliers. These are the stakeholders, our customers, the society. These are the stakeholders, and these things, of course, can be told when we are having some induction training, imparting some induction training to our workforce. When we are having morning meetings with them, we can also have some print cards printed and give it to them so that they can read. We can have in the formal meetings we can always give to the suppliers. In our contracts we can write, to customers we can write, permanently we can have this printed in the bottom of our emails. Society, of course, community service, when we are doing, we can always tell what our values are. So what the leadership ensures? So leadership ensures in creating a sustainable organization, having innovation and agility. They have to motivate the workforce continuously. We will come to this motivating workforce, this separate slide. Then customer delight. Please mind, not customer satisfaction, it is customer delight. Skill upgradation and take care of the environment. Then, of course, two-way communication has to be ensured by the leadership. And one last thing, of course, is the social responsibility. Many of you may be knowing that as per the Company Act now, the companies which are having net worth more than 500 crore or having turnover 1,000 crore or having net profit of 5 crore or more. So during any financial year, it is mandatory for them to spend 2% of their profit before tax on social responsibility. This is mandatory. The companies which are not following in this, they may, of course, they may or may not, they are not compelled to by the laws, but these companies are compelled by the law. So this is also social responsibility which has to be done by the leadership. The third one is the workforce engagement. Now, the workforce engagement, when we say, it is very, very important for us to keep our workforce motivated. When we say engagement, we have to engage them in all the important issues. We have to identify, plan, and execute training for the workforce. It's not possible for every worker going for training every year, but we need to decide. We have to have a priority. Based on that, we need to identify the trainings. We have to identify the people. We have to plan the training, and we have to execute. Then make the workforce feel empowered. It's not that for everything they are coming to you, for everything they are asking. No. They have to be empowered to take call, to take decisions. This is how you can engage the workforce. There are new technologies, new practices. Many of you must have heard about 5S and all. So these practices, of course, we have to share with them from time to time. They also get very, very much motivated, interesting things, newer things. Then update them on the targets, what the targets are. For example, maybe my target for particular machine is 80%. We say 80% efficiency. If I'm getting that is my target. But for any XYZ reason, I may have to reduce or increase the target. So we have to speak to our worker, the operator working there, whether it is feasible and how it is feasible. If it is not feasible, then how we can make it feasible. Because this is a company requirement. Now we have to reduce or increase. Now, how we have to make it possible. It is not that we just go there and ask them, okay, now from tomorrow onwards, you increase the efficiency. No, nothing will happen. We have to engage them. Then, of course, these are the, few things, the family gatherings, tours. So it of course, the bonding is here. Then having strong learning and development system. This is again total employee involvement. Rotate them. This is multitasking to a new position. So definitely you will get more skilled manpower for a particular operation. Then there are some review and reward system also. The employee has to give the suggestion.
No, Manish sir, there is a raised hand from Student Sanjar. Let us understand what is that.
Rahul, let us stick to what we have decided. Yeah, let us stick.
Sir, I think now we should finish the talk and have interaction. Time to stop this thing and listen to the interaction.
Okay, so process approach is left, which we can cover later. This is the only thing which was left. So process approach, maybe I can give it to you, and which can be circulated, na?
Yes, of course.
So there are 4 slides which are left. Now we can come to the question answers. Yeah.
Manoj ji and Mr. Rajan both are. Mr. Rajan is a quality expert, and Mr. Manoj ji, aap boliye.
Yes, sir. Very good morning, sir. Manish sir, it's a very interesting and a very interactive session you had. My question is for the small companies like us who started, from the very small amount of money and all that, though into the innovation segment and all that. But, it is very difficult to find out mission, vision, and the things. So what I did, I was visiting to my clients' places and where I started copying their vision and the missions and all that way. Because when I approached some company, they said they will charge this much or that much kind of a thing. So I started, this is the typical approach, I borrowed from the industry. But what the problem I experienced that like for a quality control and all that, because lot many new challenges are coming to the industry with the very innovative products, which is not yet exist in the market. Okay, so where the quality control cannot be depend on the customer basis, because the customer is also not knowing that, okay, what are these products. Like today, if I say Netflix came, now the Netflix is new, even the customer has no experience about the Netflix or the Amazon and all this way. So the quality control is solely depending upon the inside the company, instead of waiting for the customer response. Because recently I experienced one thing. I visited to one the star hotel in India, and they were asking me about the food quality, and I replied that, sir, you all are the very the fantastic people, and that, okay, fine, there are what are the hurdles over there. So I started learning the thing that, okay, the company should be more creative and think like a customer, instead of getting feedback, because the customers are now bored, sir. If I go to some shop and they are giving me the the questionnaire to fill, I'm fed up with all this kind of a questionnaire. Like if I send my car for the servicing, the executive give me a call. Now my driver take a call to the servicing, instead of asking them what they are doing, they are calling me, and I'm busy in the meeting and they are calling me for a feedback and all. I said, why don't you take a feedback from my driver instead of taking feedback from me on because he is taking care of the cars and all that way. So what this is I'm experiencing that, okay, we are definitely we have to implement all these kind of things, but one new dimension should be there in India, that is our internal mechanism should be there, where you should be proactive to catch the thing before it comes to the customer domain, because we are struggling on that particular front, because we have a one innovative product which nowhere exists in the world, and we are very slow because of this fear that, okay, it may fail to the customer domain. And I am seriously, I'm searching for something, some tool, some mechanism where we can, simulate the things in house, or maybe some mechanism, some practice. So what is your opinion about this thing? And how can we deal with this kind of a problems? Like most of my products are the innovative, which nowhere exists in the country.
Yeah, so actually, you have posed I think 2-3 questions.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. So one, of
Yeah.
course, is as you said, that someone is calling you. You are in a meeting and they're asking, then how is your service? What is your feedback and all that? Is you are 100% right. The driver is there. He has to reply it. So the 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 procedure what they have, I think that needs to be amended. The person who is involved, he is the person who has to reply. And of course,
Yes.
the as far as the driving pleasure is concerned, when you are not driving, when actually you are driving, driver of course is not, you are continuously driving the car. If you are only the driver, then maybe at this separate time they have to call you. That should be
No,
there.
sir, that is my experience. That is my
It's
experience. But my
perfectly okay.
question
I
is,
agree with you. A lot of
yeah,
times, you unnecessarily calls you are receiving when you are working.
yeah,
So
yeah,
the procedure, of course, has to be correct.
yes,
Second, of course, second comes the importance of the quality when we are having a small setup. I agree with you. When we say the quality management system, this is not only the quality. This is complete system. Now,
true.
many industries in India, of course, in Japan is already decades back they have started. The quality has to be produced by production. There should not be any separate quality department.
Yes, right.
Quality has to be produced by the production. The quality is the department is there which can support them forming some standards, generating some check sheets, for helping them in new developments, solving
Yes,
their problems.
very much right, sir. Yeah,
So these things the quality department should do. It's not that quality department is like inspecting agency where the production is they are free, that okay, one department is there who is supposed to catch what mistakes we make.
yeah,
So in my opinion, and when of course in the real sense in quality management system, the quality has to be produced by production. Now when
एक second,
your
Manish ji,
another
एक
question.
second. Manish ji,
Yeah.
एक second. I want to speak on this. Manoj ji, sorry for interruption, but I think to complete the context. Manish ji, कल मैं एक कॉलेज में गया, वहां पे बच्चों ने एक अपने द्वारा जो वो सामान बनाते हैं उसकी एक प्रदर्शनी लगाई और बहुत सारे बच्चों ने गोलगप्पे का स्टॉल लगाया. ठीक है. अब जब गोलगप्पे का स्टॉल लगाया, बहुत अच्छे गोलगप्पे बनाए. मनोज जी सुन रहे हैं आप?
हाँ सर, हाँ सर.
अब वो गोलगप्पे का स्टॉल लगाया, गोलगप्पे बहुत अच्छे. अब जो कॉलेज और यूनिवर्सिटी का इंटेंट था कि ये बच्चे एंटरप्रेन्योर बने, तो हमने उनसे पूछा, ये बताओ, ये तुम गोलगप्पे बना करके तुम लोग सब इतने एलीट कॉलेज में सड़क पे तो दुकान लगाओगे नहीं. अब सवाल जो मनोज जी ने पूछा ना मनीष जी, ये मुद्दा है कि आज की तारीख में बड़े छोटे एंटरप्राइजेस, सम ऑफ देम आर 1 पर्सन एंटरप्राइज, एक आदमी का धंधा है, उसके लिए वो खुद ही लीडर. एक हिंदी में कहावत है, चालक मालक, कि वही चालक है वही मालक है. तो आज की तारीख में आप देखो, हमारे यहाँ करीब भारत सरकार ने बोलती है माइक्रो एंटरप्राइजेस, नैनो एंटरप्राइजेस, 1 पर्सन एंटरप्राइज है. जैसे अभी वो है ना कि एक क्वालिटी डिपार्टमेंट, प्रोडक्शन नहीं, सवाल ही पैदा, एक ही आदमी है, वही एंटरप्रेन्योर है, उसी की चाय की दुकान है, उसी को चाय बनाना है, उसी को खिलाना है, उसी को. और यही आज की तारीख में जो एक मेरा व्यू है कि जो क्वालिटी के सारे प्रिंसिपल हैं, हमारी इंडस्ट्री, हमारी जो सोसाइटी है, द इकोनॉमी इज वेरी सर्विस बेस्ड. तो ज्यादातर सर्विसेज है, प्रोडक्शन तो हम कम कर रहे हैं, सर्विस बहुत कर रहे हैं. मोबाइल रीसेलर है, मोबाइल रिपेयर है, मतलब हजारों लाखों करोड़ों दुकानें या व्यापार है. वहां पे हम कैसे ये क्वालिटी के सिद्धांतों को लाएंगे. और एक दो चीज और जो मनोज जी ने कही, इतना रैपिड टेक्नोलॉजिकल चेंज है, इतनी तेजी से, जो मनोज जी ने कहा कि आप कहीं जाओ, किसी से बोलो कि मैंने ये प्रोडक्ट बनाया, जैसा आपने एक बार बोला था, मार्केट कहता है मेरे पास तो इससे अच्छा प्रोडक्ट है. हाँ, इससे far better product. I think, sir, we need to talk about the quality principles for new age businesses in India, very, very small businesses, how they can improve their services. I think more than product, I think today the story is of service. Of course, there is a product at the center of the service. तो मनीष जी, मैं इसलिए इंटरैक्टिव आपसे बोल रहा था कि अब देखिए, जैसे हम और आप कोई काम करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, मनोज जी करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, ऑल दीज थिंग्स आर वेरी न्यू, इसका कोई मैनुअल नहीं है. अब मिस्टर मनोज जी, अभी अभी एक व्यक्ति ने हम लोग का इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल ग्रुप ज्वाइन किया, उनके 74 पेटेंट है, 74 पेटेंट्स. हाँ, so and the world is going to be, I think, dominated by जबरदस्त इनोवेशन. सो मैं मनीष जी आपसे रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा, थोड़ा इस पे लाइट डालिए. हाउ डू वी ट्रांसफॉर्म होल ऑफ दिस क्वालिटी पैराडाइम इन सर्विस ऑफ पीपल लाइक मिस्टर मनोज? दिस इज माय रिक्वेस्ट. मनोज, एम आई राइट?
यस सर, यू आर राइट सर, बट थोड़ा सा सर इसमें एक छोटा सा करेक्शन है. बेस मेरी जो
हाँ,
जितनी अनुभव है उसके हिसाब से मैं ये कहूंगा कि जो माइक्रो इंडस्ट्रीज को हम लोग जो जोड़ दे रहे हैं ना,
हाँ,
वो हमारा पूरा का पूरा जो है ना डाइल्यूट कर दे रहा है. एक गोलगप्पा बनाना या एक चाय की दुकान खोलने वाला जो एंटरप्रेन्योर है वो बिल्कुल डिफरेंट है. एक इंजीनियरिंग कंपनी बनाने वाले एंटरप्रेन्योर की अप्रोच बिल्कुल डिफरेंट है. हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, हम लोग बॉटम ऑफ द पिरामिड को डिस्कस कर ले रहे हैं, और जो कोर एजेंडा है जहां पे कि हमारे जैसे लोग जो इकोनॉमी को कंट्रीब्यूट कर रहे हैं, और हम परेशान है सर, क्योंकि वो या तो ऊपर टॉप में टॉप ऑफ द पिरामिड को सर्विस हो रही है या तो बॉटम ऑफ द पिरामिड को हो रही है. हमारे जैसे बीच के लोगों को, मनीष जी जैसे लोगों से हमारी रिक्वेस्ट है कि सर हम लोग के लिए कुछ कीजिए, जो कि एक्चुअली में हम कंट्रीब्यूट कर रहे हैं और हम मूव कर चुके हैं ऑलरेडी. हम ये 2014 के पहले से हम मूव कर चुके हैं. हमारी फ्रस्ट्रेशन, अब मैं अपने जैसे 10 लोगों को सामने खड़ा कर सकता हूँ जिन 10 की यही प्रॉब्लम है.
बिल्कुल ठीक कह रहे हैं मनोज जी, आई टोटली एग्री विद यू. ऑल सेगमेंट्स आर.
यस सर.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल.
और सर गोलगप्पे वाली बात है तो मैं ग्रुप में एक फोटो भी डालूंगा कि मैंने एक बाजार से गोलगप्पा खरीदा, वो मुंह में नहीं जा रहा है, और मैं सोच रहा था कि जिस आदमी ने गोलगप्पा बनाया है वो आटे का गोलगप्पा बनाया है. मैं वो फोटो ग्रुप में आपको शेयर करूंगा. मैं सोचता हूँ कि यार उसने बनाने के बाद कम से कम एक गोलगप्पा मुंह में तो डाल के देख लिया होता. इतना बड़ा गोलगप्पा कि वो मुंह में नहीं जा रहा.
ठीक बात है, ठीक. मनोज, आई थिंक ऑल योर सेगमेंट इज आल्सो वेरी, आई वाज जस्ट सेइंग कि क्वालिटी को सभी के लिए करें.
वो जो
मनीष जी, दिस इज माय क्वेश्चन.
थोड़ा सा ना मेरे को आई विल जस्ट इंटरवीन हियर. मेरे ख्याल से थोड़ा सा हम लोगों को, चाहे हम नए एंटरप्रेन्योर हो या पुराने एस्टैब्लिश्ड हो, मेरा जो पर्सनल व्यू है इसमें, वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड एक्चुअली व्हाट द क्वालिटी मीन्स. We always are in the age-old thinking that when we are talking about the quality, then we are going to have a quality inspection department. Then, few more departments would be there, and they will be interacting and all. My answer to is completely slightly different. My answer to you is that whether you are having a 1% or 2% or 10% or 1,000-person company, you need to have a standard system for making the product you are making. One. Secondly, you need to have.
Can we do something?
Let me complete.
No, can we do something? Yeah.
Please. Let me complete. So first, of course, we need to have system to have the product quality right. It is not that we need to have a separate person for this. No, with the existing person only, we should be having the quality right. One, how we can have the quality right? Maybe we'll have to write certain procedure. We may have to write certain work instruction, whatever is applicable. It is not that we have to have those fancy charts with us. No, whatever is applicable, whatever is comfortable in the local language should be available to help our people to produce the consistent quality. Now, second, of course, we can always say that our sometimes we say our manpower changes every time, because our product is such that our manpower changes. We cannot have a regular manpower. So in this case, when we are changing our manpower, a new manpower is coming all the time, you will agree that we have to then embrace the variation in our quality. Nobody can stop it. Then variation is going to come. In the small setup, as you say, our resources are limited. We do not have those fancy machines. We do not have the staff, much staff. We do not have that measuring equipments and all. But whatever we have, based on that, we need to think how best we can use whatever resource we have with us. We cannot say that we are a small company and then this is the reason why we are not following up any quality measure. No, I think that is not correct. Even if we are a small company, even if we don't have many people with us, then also what all can be done? At least we can write something. At least we can tell something. We can tell them, okay, Baba, you do it like this.
So let's listen to Mr. Rajan. He's also a quality consultant. Rajan ji,
Yeah.
boliye.
Okay.
Mr. Rajan, please
Yeah.
speak, sir.
Yeah. Good afternoon to all of you. And
Yeah.
I like the presentation by Mr. Manish as well as the conversation of Mr. Manoj. And the more interestingly, Mr. Jaiswal had brought about that how do we make quality as a culture across the corporations or a SSI or MSME or micro SME or whatever. That's pretty interesting, correct? And I think we have a long way to go. So I think Mr. Manish, if I can just understand, you worked in Thyssen Group, right?
Which one?
Thyssen Group.
No.
No. That was a mistake. That was a mistake.
Okay. So it's a strange coincidence. I am conducting a small study in terms of percentage of cost spent in some engineering, manufacturing, fabrication equipment places, companies.
Okay.
Okay. So we talk about a chemical process equipment or a pressure vessel or a boiler or so on and so forth, and trying to understand they're all made with certain quality and what is the percentage of quality cost. It's not that quality doesn't cost or cost of quality is different. How much of money is spent for judging or inspecting a product before it goes out? Okay.
Yeah.
So I have received quite a interesting detail ranging from 1% to 8%.
Wow.
Okay. Some people say that they spend 8%. Some people say that they spend 1%. And a person whom I spoke in the morning, he said it is less than 1%. So assume and consider a equipment of about say 10 lakhs, and if the money spent on quality is 10,000 rupees, which is probably 1%, which means that that company has probably established their process control very, very well. If the or probably they are ignorant of the total cost, or the company which says that I am spending 80,000 rupees on a 10 lakh equipment, which is seeming to be they've got an elaborate quality system in place for whatever reason it would have. So the interesting point I'm trying to bring in here is the amount of investment or resources allocation in quality is probably not adequate for what the customer is paying for, right? So I would like to learn a parameter in terms of depending on the industry you have worked in, because what happens is I'm not trying to generalize the quality across. I am trying to look at the quality in certain specific area like engineering, manufacturing industry, right? So can you please throw some light on it?
Yeah. See, I have worked before. I have worked with some auto sectors also, and previous was not the auto sector. In the auto sector, you have a separate quality department, which is involved right from incoming inspection to in-process inspection to final inspection, the customer complaint, this, that, everything, new product development. The department is involved in everything, and they are having good 15, 20 people. Now, when in my previous company, the quality department, what it was doing, it was only making the standards and the check sheets, handing it over to the production. The production was made responsible for the quality. The quality department was checking the data recorded on a monthly basis and giving the feedback. Now, in this, we are not, the previous company was not having full-fledged quality department. They were having 1 or 2% in every unit, and that's it. Now, it totally depends as to how much and up to what level we are taking our quality inspection into. Quality inspection or the quality control, definitely it is an additional cost. It is not adding to the product. It is an additional cost. So the thinking is, how can we reduce the cost? If we are making, as I said before also, if you are making our production responsible, because they are only producing quality and quality department checks it, then probably the cost of the quality inspection will reduce. I do not know, Mr. Rajan, whether you have encountered this before, when the quality department is not doing the in-process inspection. It is being done by the production only, because they are making the production. They are doing it.
Okay. Firstly, you are right that assigning the responsibility to production is an important thing, which probably all of us have learned from Japanese way of manufacturing and product, DQM and things like that. So that's given. So now what it comes to is like the way Mr. Manoj pointed out. There are 1% companies and 2% companies and 3% companies where the customers, the person probably is like, everyone is responsible for everything. Of course, there could be some accountability and all those things be put. End of the day, what happens is the quality is defined by the producer of, or the given, the provider of the service itself, right? So now when it comes to that, now how do we see that? Of course, the answer is still open in terms of knowing. Also, I would like to know from Mr. Manoj also, in terms of what is the,
not the answer.
sorry.
I am saying question is open, but not the answer.
Yeah, you want to say something?
Question is open, but the answer is not open.
I meant to say there is no correct answer. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Rajan sir, I would like to share my own experience because I am into the engineering. When I started a venture, I was working with a vernier caliper and a screw gauge and all this small instrument. This month, I bought a CMM machine costing 50 lakhs rupees. My turnover is less than 10 crore. And my total bank loan is a 70 lakhs rupees. So today, my quality control is not for the customer satisfaction. It is because I'm competing with the world 6 players only in my particular segment. My struggling point, what I realized that even this instrument are not sufficient other than if I have a culture over here. My guys are not well cultured. So just now I hired a retired gentleman from the Godrej. Since the day one he came in my company, there is a big fight going on because no one is ready to accept the new culture. And this man is first thing he asked me, I need one lady to clean the entire places. Now my guys are not ready for that way. The biggest problem, because if you talk about a micro level, yes, fine, there are not many things we could. The real struggle, we engineering company, those are having a 10 crore business and 5 year down the line, we are going to the 100 crore. Our struggle is that the culture, how to dope.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Are you going to do that?
Hello.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah.
So you can mute. Yeah. You can mute yourself. Let Mr. Manoj complete. Yeah, Mr. Manoj.
So the serious problem in the
Are you
engineering,
going to
and
do
I
that?
see. I see from Mumbai to Kolhapur, Belgaum, and the south also, our potential is only, whatever the capability we have to cater the world market. We are only, lying somewhere around 20 to 30% because we do not have created a culture like the Japanese did that. The jig fixtures are the very important thing for controlling the quality. We are not happy. What we are doing a postmortem kind of a thing. The patient is already died. Now we are doing the postmortem that, okay, whatever the thing. So we are buying this instrument that is a postmortem approach. So, the holistic quality approach is not happen. We do not have that kind of a culture. We have a jargons, we have all these, the things. And sir has very rightly said, Manish has very rightly said that the culture is very important factor. Unfortunately, we couldn't create that culture among not the company, because it's come from the top. So we don't have that culture policy that we say that, okay, our product is made. I have a one customer from Germany, and he very arrogantly told me, if there is a made in Germany written, we protect that pride. We Indian cannot speak like this.
Mr. Manoj, I'll say one
So,
thing here. Having spent so many years in companies,
Yes,
and Japanese companies also, I have worked about 11, 12 years. One thing, of course, I will say, sir, every day is a new day. One, we need to start, we need to build up this culture. We have to, there is no other go, sir. There is
Yes.
no other go but to build that culture. You will find that
yeah.
sooner or later, maybe not more than 1 year or so, you are reaping fruits. But we need to start that culture. See, you have bought a very, very costly machine because the expectation from the customer must be very, very high.
Sir,
And
sir, my question, I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you over
please,
here.
please,
The problem
please.
it is now we have a two type of the product. One, it is there in the market since ages, and someone is coming into the business of that product. Second, some new product and the services are coming. Like what the product I am making is very much new. Like the electrical vehicle, the product is very much new. The customer experience doesn't matter over here. How to you have to standardize the quality over there in that kind of a thing. Like the Airbnb or the Ola is very new services to the market. So even the customer don't know what kind of a services they are going to get on that way. We are struggling on this new domain because where
So,
no benchmark is there.
so you are talking about electric vehicles.
Typically in electric vehicle kind of the engineering product, like I'm into the product which only the world 5 companies are making. I'm the
Oh,
sixth
that's good.
company. I am the
Very
sixth
good.
company in the world, and I have a 6 patent in this technology. I am the most advanced technology. I am the world
Brilliant.
biggest scroll manufacturer. My customer
Brilliant.
doesn't know. My customer doesn't know about this product. I have to take responsibility that, okay, whatever I am committing the 5 year life of the machine, we are delivering 7 year. But in spite of that, we are enhancing the life to the 7 year plus. Now, problem I am facing is not just a culture, because when I went to Japanese, struggle from 50 onward, what they did, I realized that they worked on a jig fixture. I'm very purely I'm talking about an engineering context. So they worked on a lot many things that we are here working on just on instruments. Mainly we are working on a postmortem kind of a thing. Pre-manufacturing efforts, to enhance the quality and all that way. The cultural kind of a thing. I couldn't find any right platform. So I request Manish sir and Rajan sir to you also. I'm desperately in need of this kind of a things.
Okay. So you don't call me sir. You can call me Rajan in the first place.
Yeah, if it says
And
same to me,
secondly,
you can call
But
me.
whenever I'm at learning age, so I always
no, it's fine.
have a
So
folding hand and a receiving hand.
absolutely. No, no, that's your humility. So maybe I think if it is, since it is going to be a little more specific on it, then probably we can have because a group discussion is on a common interest basis.
Yeah.
And if it is going to be a specific on it, I would love to hear from you separately as well.
Thank you,
And
sir.
the thing what I see, please correct me because most of you have done have a lot of experience. The systems which are in place today, most of them, the ERP systems, most of MRP systems, they are all centered towards uh, accounts, sales, and procurement and inventory.
Very much
Right
right. Very much right.
now, the important thing for the quality culture is first the people we respect them, and secondly, how do we enable them with the identification of the defect and so on and so forth. There are so many concepts in place, but how the system can facilitate those people to do the quality checking. The companies use registers or Excel sheets, but now all of them have been used in what way and how it is being recorded. That is the area of interest to me, because that is the area which will help in terms of understanding the pain points of actually the production technician, because since Manish is saying that the production is responsible for quality, but of course you also have a quality assurance, because when the product is moving out or the service delivery is established, you want a quality assurance, so the quality guy in place, so him or her. So how these persons who are responsible for actual quality are facilitated in terms of a system other than several motivational speeches and things like that, or organizational VMB, all of the structure in place, but yet what is the thing facilitates the people who are responsible for quality other than the top management? So how the top management facilitates them with simplified mechanisms, that quality processes have to be established.
Yeah,
Right.
Rajan, I
So-
think Manoj probably was slightly having a different question. He was having that it's not established, something is not established, the new product.
Yes.
Yeah, and how to establish
So,
something which is
friends,
there.
can I interrupt?
Sorry?
So I would say we have had very interesting. So I think this time is now coming to close. I will just make one observation that
Yeah.
there are two things. One is the core principles of quality as outlined by Manish. They are very relevant, but we need to adapt them to industries like what now Mr. Manoj is doing.
Yes.
And I think so that is where the trick will lie, that how do we preserve the core but apply? Because that is where the world is changing at a very, very fast pace. So core has to be there. The Sanatan principles have to be there. But other than that, I think leading thought people for both Manish ji and Rajan ji. So Manoj ji, I think it's time to discuss this issue again. We will
Sir, I
take up
request,
yeah,
sir, I request please
Well-
share contact detail of Manish sir and the Rajan sir, because they
Definitely,
have pinpoint my pain area, so I have not any
Definitely.
pain in that particular area. So I would like
Sure.
to continue discussion further. Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
100%. So Manish ji,
Thank
I
you,
would
Manish.
only say that we need to take this forward so that it helps people, I think. But I would like to thank Mr. Manish Khandelwal for starting this great discussion. This is an area of, I think, interest to a lot of industries in this country. And but each segment has its own requirement, and I think that is the potential for helping them. We will all get together on this. I think Adityan, the floor is yours. Thank you from my side.
Thank you, sir.
So, thank you, Mr. Manish, for the insights that you have shared about quality. And we'll take this forward. We will have more discussions on very specific topics. And we hope that we are able to resolve some issues of the industries. So thank you for the session today, and to all the participants for giving their precious time to us. So we'll now conclude the session. Thank you so much for joining.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Thank you.